jisike asụla ngọngọ n'ụzọ gị gba ọchịchị ihe gị ga-edu gị nwayọ tụkwasị Chukwu obi n'ụzọ jọnjọ ihe egwu n'ụzọ gị ya gị tụkwasị Chukwu obi. Biafrans, tụkwasị Chukwu obi. The song I just played now said, in times of difficulty, when things are getting tougher, we should put our trust in God. With this, I welcome you to Linda's TV show, anywhere you are watching from. If it is your first time of coming across this platform, you are highly welcome. If you like the kind of thing we do here, kindly subscribe. Put on your notification bell to all notifications. This will enable you to know when we upload a new video. We react to all forms of videos. We inform, educate the members of the public about the happenings in the globe, especially in Nigeria. I use this opportunity to appreciate YouTube for creating this wonderful platform that we are using to pass this information across. At the same time, I put a disclaimer that here in Linda's TV show, we do not promote misleading information, violence, hate speech, or trying to instigate war or violence. A call for self-determination is not a call for war.
Through that exposition, caution ourselves in order not to overdo things. This is where I am coming on to Udele. If you guys checked on me, I follow some of his posts. I comment some of his posts. If you go down his posts, I comment. I actually have a debate with him. Now, there is particular post. Why? There is a particular post he made. That post, in that post, I find it very interesting. And I try to draw his attention. You know, I'm not people that says, keep going, when I know that it's not keep going. When I know that you are actually putting yourself in a bunch of problem, I don't say keep going. I actually call you back and say, brother, you should rethink. That's what we said is. I also be happy when people pull me back and say, Laobi, you should rethink your stand on this. You should do this. You know, advice is very good. We don't know it all. That's why sometimes we pick advice. I just wanted to, I'm looking for one of his posts that I commented, and I think that post anchors his arrest because that post is too inviting. Now, the post is this post about Ebuka. I don't know if you guys can see this post about Ebuka. Now, at that post, I write something. Is that the first one? I'm coming back. I wrote something about that post about Ebuka. If you are in that post, the one he carried the banner calling Ebuka fake prophet. I don't know if, because the main post, I wrote something on that post. And he replied me. That post, I saw that post as an inviting. I saw that post as a very interesting post. Many of you people may see the post and think, oh yeah, Udele is this. Okay, he is going well. He is doing that. You know, I'm coming, I will try to, you know, let's address this one by one because many of you guys say, oh, well, they just come, but Lord, we haven't spoken about all this thing. One, I don't want to speak about this because I don't want to jeopardize his legal team. I don't want in any way that my utterance will be used as an tool to imprison him or to send him to jail. So I decide to stay neutral. I decide to be calm to watch the development of everything. Now in this post, yes, I got it. This is the exactly post, this one. So this post that I'm showing you guys now, that's the post he made. Then I will put it as attention. Let me go to the banner first. What he said the banner, he said RNG master. This fraud has no healing power. Go to the hospital if you are sick. he see nothing. So that is okay. But what he commented, he said, Umokoko Ibuka, reserve your tears for the live video. This has so in the live video, he went forward to say a lot of things about Ibuka. He said that Ebuka is a criminal, that Ebuka did fake miracle. He said a lot of things about Ebuka. On this phase, I wrote him. You can see my writing here. This is Lord Obi, I think. You guys will see. I wrote him and he replied. I think that I wrote him and he replied. I said this to him. I think you guys can see Lord Obi. This is my writing from there. I wrote him this when I saw it. I said, brother, with all due respect, you can't call Ebuka liar and criminal when there is no charge against him, and he has never been convicted by any court. I think these few days or maybe few days before he was arrested. This is my own writing. I say, please, let's criticize with facts. You can be liable for a defamation charge if he decides to go that way. If he decides to go that way. By the way, I say, by the way, how many times have you done that to, Adeboye, Kumoye, Tunde Bakari, and so on? I say, while I am not against criticism, this is true, I'm not against criticism if you know me. Why I'm not against criticism? Investigation of anyone, we should be noble about our views. Cheers. This is my own take. You can go to that post, it's there. So I read again. I say, brother, with all due respect, you can't call Ebuka liar and criminal when there is no charge against him. He has never been convicted by any court. Please let's criticize with the facts. You can be liable for defamation charge if he decide to go that way. So what I'm saying that if Ebuka decide to go the court system, he can be liable for that charge for publicly pronouncing that Ebuka is a liar and is a criminal. That is actually not good. I said this. I said, okay. By the way, how many times have you done that? Adeboye, Kumoye, Tunde Bakari, and while I made myself clear. Say, while I'm not against criticism or investigation of anyone, we should be noble about our view. Now, I must point out that that's why when you see most Lord Obi video, I choose to pick incredible videos, in videos that take reference from either magazines or take reference from the government website, because or the whistleblower website, because that's a reference and that's an evidence that so many of you guys. Then he wrote me back. This is his reply personally. He said, Lord Obi, he doesn't have money to hire lawyers. This is what he told me. Lord Obi, he doesn't have money to hire lawyers. If I was lying, okay, maybe he meant, Lord Obi, do you think that he doesn't have money to hire lawyer if he was lying? You see, so you believe that crook, he anyone or see anything? That's his reply to me. Then I reply back. This is my reply back to him. I say this. I say, no one hear but God, and God used men and women to hear others. If he is genuine and serving sovereign God, then yes. If he doesn't, then no. But you can't pronounce him a liar or a criminal when he has not been arrested or waiting for trials. If you have criminal charges against him or conspiracy, you should officially make a police report against him, that's against Ebuka, with your evidence and get him persecuted. And this is the fact where Udele will be persecuted now. The facts and evidence. That is where Ebuka lawyer will be relying on. I think Ebuka lawyer will be asking that Udele should provide the fact that he is a criminal. That Udele should provide the fact that he is a liar. That Udele should provide the fact that he is RNGs. And Udele should provide the fact that he did fake miracle. Did Udele have this fact? Did Udele have the fact that Ebuka is a liar? Have Udele presented anyone? So that would be a very strong case against him now. They have Udele present anyone that came out and tell him that Ebuka healed him and is not healed. Have Udele presented anyone that came out to tell him that Ebuka arranged him to fake the miracle? Have Udele presented anyone that tell him that Ebuka frauded him or her? Have Udele presented anyone that told him that Ebuka manipulates or do something wrong to him? That's where the challenges come. I saw that. I say, before you carry all this, you must have at least evidence. Now, making assumption, the court may not favor you on assumption. This is something I hope this particular post will be shared among bloggers so that they can take control too. The court will not presume you guilty for assumption, just like I assume that he did miracle to Ibu. I assume that evil visited there. One, does evil visit there? Yes. Does evil go there with you? What was the discourse? Can you prove evidence? Now, is Ibu family coming to tell you that Ebuka said this to us? Ebuka will tell you most of his program is recorded online, and he can present a video that you are not there. And he can present a video that maybe he have a private chat with Ibu. Ibu came there as a worshipper. So you cannot assume that Ibu came there or whoever that came there and later got sick, that they came for Ebuka to heal them. And Ebuka will tell you that, what he do is a spiritual thing. He moved according to the spirit. So if he was not touched to come to you to heal you, he will what? Excuse himself. I don't know. And he will not going to drag you because he's not the God himself. He built the worship place. He served God, and people are meant to use the place to worship. I want to say this, that, some of our people who are following and condemning Ebuka and some pastors, you have to drag these people with facts. Following blindly, condemning blindly is totally wrong. It will get you into trouble. And that is the trouble now this guy is in. Udele trouble, if Ebuka decide to go that way, may lead him to jail. It may lead him to jail and some fine involved. Because I don't see how he can defend this. If Ebuka have good lawyer, there's no way he's going to defend it. He has so many lawyers. If Ebuka should press charges and lawyers and press damages, I don't think Udele can be able to pay this. He's going to jail. Although they brought him on court they assume, or they wanted to take him on court on yesterday was 28th, your time, or if you're in Nigeria. The chief judge, Chukwemeka something, wasn't around, so they gave him. So I'm telling you now, if Ebuka was too heartless, if Udele has interesting people, they should go and beg if it's Ebuka, because they say large. Now I'm just stopping at Ebuka first. I will go to other extent. Now, if they have good people, they should seek mediation. If Ebuka is a man of God, they can seek to ask for forgiveness. They may seek, because Nigeria may permit that forgiveness, and Ebuka will drop the charge. Because even Matthias' case is so different from Udele case now. Matthias' case is very different. Now, I'm telling you this, that Udele cannot present what he accused Ebuka. He just presume Ebuka, just like somebody calling you thief. Then you arrest the person and say, prove why I'm thief. Tell me who I stole his money. Tell me where, how, bring the person that I stole his money. And you know that person haven't stolen. You say, are you going to convince somebody? And whoever Udele will bring, he will swear before oath that he have been to Ebuka. And Ebuka will tell you, mention date. People worship there. And some of his program is recorded. You may present the videotape and say, you wasn't there. You haven't come in contact with me before. What are you talking about? And that person again may be into trouble. So false witness may put you into trouble too. So in the Udele case, if Ebuka is the one that pressing this charge now, because I wanted them to get to the courts yesterday so that I can be able to have the clear view of who that is pressing this charge against Udele. If that's the case, Udele will be in jail. Udele is going to jail. Unless he decides to seek mediation or decide to seek forgiveness somehow to Ebuka for wrongly accusing Ebuka, which means he probably come online to say, well, the defamation, because that's what I say, that defamation case is very important. Assassination of character is very important. Pronunciation of a criminal before the court of justice is very important, which you have done here. You have taken the place of the judge of Nigeria. In fact, the bell of the judges of Nigeria may hold him accountable too for taking their place, for actually presuming somebody a criminal before their Lord. So if the Chief Justice system wanted to take that, then yes. If police actually want to take that case, that's it. Because police may say we have investigated Ebuka before this guy. So when he came out and started making this, so we want to know where we get our job wrong. So a lot of things can fight against this guy if they decide to go that way. So this thing is not something that you can just say, let's fight it. I think if I were him or if I were his team, we should go the place of peace. I mean, he probably not know what he has just put himself, because sometimes when you think that you knows it all, law may tell you that you are still, well, a novice or an illiterate in the law. I'm not a lawyer, but I always liked, I always pick interest in things to do with law. But we should look this in, purely. I'm just thinking of how would what way would his lawyers fight this thing? I'm just thinking what way would this lawyer fight this possible way. You remember during the KANU case, I came out here to tell you that if Ifeanyi Ejiofor is going the wrong way, because when I told you about Ifeanyi Ejiofor trying to mingling in with IPOP affair rather than client affair, that's totally out of his profession. And you see, Aloy Ejimako is actually sticking to his profession rather to mingle out into other internal affairs, which he is not hired to do. If he's hired to mingle on internal affair, then he can go on and work on IPOP internal affair, which means the Biafran government in exile, IPOP DOS, or whatever it is, or whatever individual is doing. That is not a affair. His primary concern is to make sure he secures his client out. And that's what he's doing. So now I'm going to that age of Udele have been a contradicting voice to a lot of Igbos that are seeking for liberation. While I put the Ebuka, now I have told you guys why Ebuka will win the case, why Ebuka will jail Ujele if Ebuka decide to go that way. Now let me come down to the one of his brothers. You see, because whenever you carry things, there must be mostly Nigerians that like outspoken guys. They carry supporters. But sometimes now the people that need to support you are now being traumatized and now being threatened by you, majority. And those that you think that are with you, they are not with you. I grew up in the north. No matter how good you speak Hausa, when time comes, they will desert you. I also give stand with Rochas. I'll probably play one of my programs that Udele was here when I told him this. I told him, I said, do you know that Rochas speak Hausa very well? But during election, the Hausa that Rochas speak, the Hausa that Rochas have been building foundation for, they refuse to give him even a single vote. They actually give him 3 votes. They give Wike, who does not speak Hausa, 3 votes, some votes. So you must understand this, that Northerners, they are also clever. In fact, if you are clever Igbo man, Northerners don't like you because they say that you will do them dodgy no matter how you think. All these scopes that Ima is doing is just a formality. A time will come when all these people will desire hope of Zadima. So my own take now, Udele have been contradicting voice against the Igbos. Now when you think about what is going on here, Udele have offended a lot of Igbos when he make a pronunciation against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That pronunciation against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, attract a lot of emotion. No matter how bad you are in an argument with your brother, that's why sometimes you see me, I reference Owazirike. Owazirike said this. I will borrow from his word. He said that Nnamdi Kanu did not do me well. Nnamdi Kanu ran away from me and opened the IPOP. Nnamdi Kanu, when I was in London, he welcomed me. I thought maybe it's a young man that I would bring in to help. But in the process, Nnamdi Kanu went and opened IPOP. That's the crumble of Masop. Right? What you can say, but I will not wish him well. I will not wish him to stay in that DSS because I know it's a notorious area. I know it's a very, very threatening, life-threatening area for me to be or for anyone to stay. So I don't wish him to be there. That Nnamdi Kanu need to be set free. Okay, let what's happen at home stays at home sometimes. So when you bring an external people begin to drag your brother or your sister, then you are getting problem. So Wazirike, when he said that I don't wish Nnamdi Kanu to even stay in DSS, even all the internal problem I have with Nnamdi Kanu, I just want him to be out to be doing what he's doing. That is how brothers work. But when Udele came out and said that he's building coffee for Nnamdi Kanu, he want Nnamdi Kanu dead. He want IP. In fact, to the extent of communicating with that same police that are arresting him today, with Nigerian police authority, telling them where he think that IPOP or Biafran government in exile, where they have their camp. And when his brothers were killed, he was smiling and laughing, calling them Umokoko. This, you know that they have family and they are Igbos. You have rose a lot of emotions. You have attracted a lot of people that will say, how are you, to come against you. You have actually contradict some of the people that's, looking for freedom, what you have just done. So in that case, it will be hard for people to grab any emotion towards you. Those that are telling you, right on, it's a people that have prejudice, people that have wrong motive against your people. Somebody chatting you up to kill your people is never a good person. Somebody calling you, man, make peace with your people and find a common ground with your people, that's a nice person you need to listen for. So when Udele continued to attack, his attack was from there. And to the extent he say, okay, if you are this, I'm going to give Nigerian police this and that and that. That rise a lot of emotion. When he said, that Nnamdi Kanu went to court, he say, oh, he will buy there, he will, he want him to be designated, he want him to do this. I know this is a guy that he doesn't need to do that. Nnamdi Kanu doesn't need to fight for Biafran liberation, but because of his love for Ndi Igbo, because of his love for the Biafran territory, because of his love for development, he decided to engage and say that I want the freedom of my people. And Udele did that, start castigating him, even to his family, and saying all sorts of things. Even his last court he went to, they start analyzing it. They actually start saying that Nnamdi Kanu is using indirectly to beg that he should be released. It's very wrong for our brothers to always find fault in the liberation of his people. We know that during the Biafran War people are talking about, Biafran War was won mainly on publication, on media publication. The Igbos were not, fervent like we are today in the publication. The Igbos were not structured the way we are today in publication. So most of the newspaper, they write things against the Igbos, they write things against the Biafrans, they write things to attract the emotion that favors Nigeria and detriment Biafran and see Ojukwu as a bad person. They did not write the truth. So because if they write the truth, emotion will change. People will create an empathy that will drive towards the Biafra people. And this narrative is one thing that we need to amend. And this narrative is one thing that Obi also try to amend on, in order not to attract the emotion that that persecutes people, but rather emotion that balance the whole thing, that to give people truth. And when people have the truth, they will be able to make decisive decision. This is what Udele, my brother, is doing. One of the interview I had with him, I asked him, do you feel that Nigerian presence is in Igbo land? He said yes. I asked him where. Tell me the structure that Nigeria have in Igbo. When you want to do your international passport, the headquarters is in Abuja. When you want to do this crime rate, the headquarters is in Lagos. Where in Igbo land, where in South that they will send you for headquarters of anything? No, but just on our own mineral resources. Even our mineral resources, Dangote went to build his system in Lagos. Leave all Bayelsa, leave Delta State, leave Cross River, leave Akwa Ibom, leave all those areas. Where did he went? He went to Lagos to build those things. Why can't he build in Akwa Ibom or Bayelsa or Delta or wherever they are, to say, or River State, to say, okay, we need seaport here so that I can be able to lift the oil? They did not do that. But our brother fight against our Igbos. So in that case, that is another thing minus against him. The Igbos that need to come out to speak and say, hey, Ebuka, stop this. Those Igbos, he has offended them. Somebody say that I've been following this boy, but since he started attacking Nnamdi Kanu, I'm not, against him again. Let me do this boy say, Udele did a lot of evil against our freedom. He speak a lot evil against Nnamdi KANU and our Prime Minister Simon. But you see, even when you look at our brothers speaking, you see the bitter. I say, okay. Where is it again? You will see the bitterness in our brothers. You will see what people saying about this guy. So the view of Udele onto our people is something that that also count against him. People that we empathize, maybe just come to say hi. I will also analyze between the Udele, also you guys are saying, and the very dark man, because very dark man is getting empathy than Udele. People are coming to say, but you hardly see people, people that matters to say something about Udele, because he has crossed a lot of bridge. He has put a lot of families into pains. And those people he put into pains are people that need to come out to rally for him. That gave his opponent a big chance to treat him, because even at the police, one thing the police, we human being, we respect, we respect when people are coming to you and say, hey, how is this guy? Why do you guys love this guy? We actually have this something we begin to think in our brain. You think that it doesn't register. It registers in our brain. It begins to stimulate us. We begin to think, oh man, it seems like this guy we are holding here is not good. We don't want to lose our job because of this guy. We begin to think other ways. But when you hold this guy, everybody is saying it's good for him. Majority of people saying it's good for him. In fact, people are not coming to check for him. So that should tell him, I hope with this thing, when he come out, he will rethink. If Ebuka decide to go that way, and Ebuka, many people now will be walking under Ebuka if Ebuka is the one holding him, in order to see him jail, in order to see him not to see the daylight. A lot of people will be walking behind to see this. So his legal team has a lot of force to contend here. Whoever that's representing him has a lot of force to contend. And those forces, the only way they can go about this, as I say, is to dialogue for peace, is to find a way to ask for empathy, is to find a way to ask for forgiveness. Will Ebuka be able to forgive that? Then he has to come out. My people say that, Igbo say that now. You have to go back to that market and call him what? So at mercy of Ndebezraya, if Ndebezraya that day, Ndebezraya the same day. So when you get to the market, my people say, let me put it in English, that when you go to the market and call somebody a mad person, and you come home and say, I'm sorry, you are not a mad person, the person will ask you to go back to the market and announce to the people in the market again that this person I call mad person is no longer a mad person, is what I just mistake or something. So to the mercy of those people again. So guys, my take today and my program today is that we look inward before we make accusation. And also in the case of Udele is so deep. And people that may be behind that case may be beyond what we are thinking. Ebuka may not be the only one. Yes, Udele have actually, Akozion may decide also to take up the case because he also accused Akozion. So that may be another thing that you will be looking onto. Akozion may decide, okay, Nnamdi KANU may decide also, Nnamdi KANU family may decide also to press charges against him, to follow the same charges too now. To say that, well, he's accusing my brother and calling my brother criminal and everything. They will drag him on that one too. So a lot of things may come against him. I heard him, when I saw him made a broadcast a day before he went to police. When he was reading that police invitation, I can look on his body language. I can look on his nerve. I can see this guy is totally stressed. I can see this guy doesn't know what to do. I can see a guy crying deep inside him. I know that all is not well. We know Nigeria. Nigeria is a lawless country. I told him that time. Nigeria is a country that even though when you are innocent, the rich one will imprison you. In a Western world, the rich ones always scared to take the poor to court, unless he has a full evidence against that. In fact, the Western world work differently. When you report to police, then police make the investigation and arrest and they prosecute you if necessary. Now, I want to say this. If you are a blocker, some of these guys, they pick and they try to follow the wrong people. Now, some of them think maybe, what they call it, Sûrv. Sûrv, they follow Sûrv's pattern. Sûrv is has a dual citizenship. Shower has a dual citizenship in America and Nigeria. Or maybe he has a resident permit or permanent resident in America. So whatever you do, is easy for him to make out with the country. Udele cannot. Udele only use Nigerian passport. Udele doesn't have any permanent resident in any country. So that is a kind of obstacle to him too. You know, Nnamdi Kanu is challenging. Nnamdi Kanu is a dual citizen. Nnamdi Kanu is a British citizen. You know, arguably, he will tell you that he's a Biafran, and which have a very big point to argue on that. Nnamdi Kanu, you cannot compare yourself with Nnamdi Kanu because the Western world is coming to him. So you, Dele, you're only at the mercy of Nigerian government, and you know what the law is all about. Whoever that has much of the finance can take you somewhere. Even when you are innocent, the case can turn against you unless you have, you know, lawyers and strong people that empathize with you. Because lawyers sometimes they will need also to create those locomotion in order to gain interest on what they are pursuing. They do that in Western world. In Western world, when the lawyers are chasing case that they see it may be favoring the other person, what they can do in Western world, they will put the whole case online. They will put people, draw people interest. People will come out and start saying things. Then the whole case will change. So sometimes court say that we don't want to use people's interference in order to judge a particular citizen. But yes, human are human. There is a way that we use, because when we see the interest of the society, then judges may decide to take another thing. You know, when they say that public interest, this is what they say. Public interest matters a lot. Now, in Udele case, the public interest was so limited. Even the very dark man was attracting attention. So I will speak on the very dark man and Udele later, and I will be able to, you know, parallel two of them and differentiate the difference between both of them, and why Udele case is totally different and can take years. If it's not taken, this thing is telling that we'll go to court and say, I think he's ignorant of law. When he tell you that, okay, we'll bring you got this thing. That's an ignorant of law. Where he is now, I think he will be questioning himself, asking himself, what have I done to myself? If you have a good lawyer, it should not be about the court. You should seek intermediate between, if it is Ebuka and other people involved, seek intermediate to ground this guy back so that he can come out and speak out and change his mind and begin to ask for forgiveness. Otherwise, he's going to jail. I don't know if Nigeria have room for that, but if not, he's going to jail. He's going to jail. I don't see him defending that Ebuka is a criminal because you have to prove it. I don't see him defending that Ebuka made fake miracle because you have to prove it. I don't think that Ebuka arrange because you have to prove it. Because one, he has not worked with Ebuka before. I don't know if you have him in a person that work with Ebuka that can help him to bring it out, bring whoever that arrange. Because court will ask you to bring witness. And that witness have to be able to stand before the court and testify before the Lord and say that I stand here and whatever I'm saying is nothing but the truth. And if that witness find to be liar, the witness also is going in. So guys, it's total. Forget people telling you right on. No, this is just online people trying to jar you up and put you in trouble. Be sensible, and that will help you. I thank everyone that's calling and those that, you know, watch my program now or later. You know, this Udele thing. So now I think my address to this case will help matters and will help people know that why people are not pushing interest. So, like guys, let's be wise in our case. Let's be wise in our comment. Let's be wise in this we do. And that is why I stay neutral in this case, not to be biased. You know, before starting this video, I told you guys about criticism. I told you guys about having different view. I told you guys about having a view that may not be reliable to people. But you know what? This I say, my brother say Kama has visited that useless Udele. You see, I told you guys that criticism, you know, we argue facts, you can argue things, but when you begin to, I told you guys also that views that can cause you to be a terrorist or threat to human life or threat to your people. Also now I end up being, you know, bringing what we call a call it PICO. That is what called, no, PIC. That's what is called public interest. Okay, public interest on crimes or whatever it is. So public interest, sometimes lawyers can use it to, why sometimes to keep you in the jail. You see somebody, I don't know if you guys have looked somebody, sometimes they say, oh, it's on payroll, which means he can come out. But people protest and they keep the person again. They say, no, we have to keep you for longer because of that public interest. So we have to Udele, case here is so difficult. I try to see if there's a way now that he can be set free. But, I think it is a very difficult case here. The only way they are going to go about is to say, I'm sorry, is to ask for forgiveness, because I don't think that he has those evidence. Or maybe if he has it, like I'm saying, I'm just assuming things, I'm not the legal team or whatever. Like I say, I'm not a lawyer, but if you have those people that can prove that Ebuka is a fake pastors and a fake miracle worker and all, that's fine. Then he's free to, press charges against Ebuka too, for flirting him and for restricting his freedom of speech and freedom of movement. Now, this is not under freedom of speech when you talk about this accusation of you are a liar, you are a criminal, stuff like that. Now the KANU family can decide to also press charge against him and say, well, you have been saying my brother died. Do you know my brother? Who have my brother killed in you? Tell me who he killed. You bring out where Nnamdi KANU was involved there. So none. This can be a big case beyond this guy. So what we are saying is not just a small case. So depending how people wanted to follow this case, if they wanted to follow it hard, it's fine. People, in fact, even in the Eastern people that can come out and draft for their brother say, this guy cannot go to East without security. He went to East last time, I think, Beria, with security and calling his people and say that, okay, you guys should come. So he want to draft people come, then the police that is with there will shoot those people. You see? So even in that East, he's not allowed to move freely. So who will protect this guy? Who will protect? In fact, if you are a rich man going for him and going to buy him and people see you out there, they may use that anger to pay visit on your home and burn your home or do something on your home. So even the people that will go to look for him there, they will be scared that if people saw them, they will use things against them. So even the rich one, I don't know if he has any, maybe, okay, I saw him post, what they call it, Uedochi sometimes, but Uedochi will not go there because he know that a lot of people don't buy this guy's idea. So if he goes there, you may be, face the consequence that you need to face. So that is why this guy case is so complicated. It's not really complicated actually. His case has about 89% chance of going to prison and longer prison. Obi, in this slide, before you talk evil against someone, make sure you have evidence against the person. Exactly. Evidence is very important. I told him this. If you check his post, I think that post carries a lot of things. I told him, you can't call Ebuka criminal and that. It's not good unless you have an evidence. You show that evidence now. You can't just presume because somebody told you Ibu went there, somebody went. Ibu went there to beg for money. Whether Ibu went there to ask him to give him money for doctors, for medical checkup. Or Ibu went there because he wanted to go there and see if God will touch him. Then God may not touch him. Even when all the people in faith that may go there, not everybody that come to the church he get healed. There's no possibility. There's no possible. Jesus, even during his miracle, not everybody that saw Jesus get his healing. It said that you will accept that God can heal you before he heals you. So this guy is just he has just created a problem that will be very hard to solve. I hope his legal team will not go to say we challenge Ebuka, because if Ebuka get a good lawyer, this guy will go a long way, and Ebuka may decide that also all the money he's spending in his legal challenge, this guy may pay the money, and that's another consequence for him. This guy is going to go a long way. Nobody is coming for him. It's very hard. People that will go for him will be hiding. If you are in Nigeria, going for him, you will be hiding. Because he has committed many places. You don't know if it is the Igbos are following the Igbos. A lot of Igbos that is done wrong are following you. You don't know if it is Ebuka's member that are following you. You don't know that if it is celebrate priests that came out to cry that are following you. You don't know if it is Ogechi Njaka people. If Ebuka call for listening, I'm telling you this now. If it is Ebuka or Akuzion, if these people come out to call for money to use to praising this guy, I'm telling you, will take him maybe in just 1 hour. 1 hour, they will give them all the money to praising that guy. But if this guy call for money, I don't think the people will just look at him. They will not get, they'll be laughing, because most of those guys you see telling you carry on, They don't have the financial capacity. That's the problem here. If all these will come down, people will be sacrificed. I see Ogechi. Ogechi telling that, he was happy. I see J-Pack. He was happy. A J-Pack is actually making video presenting that, that you shouldn't go there to check him. I know people are very gullible to their phone and all these comedians. And they have, when you watch J-Pack video, the way he channel it is for you not to go there to visit him. So it's a big problem here. This guy is in a deep mess. The only way he has to wake up to begin to ask for forgiveness. There's not all this, no. It's for him to ask, please, if Ebuka can forgive him or whoever that is. Because whoever, it doesn't matter whoever, the person have opportunity. If the person cannot use money to find courts, the person can come online and ask that, hey, he need money to challenge this guy. I'm telling you now, millions of people will have found that in. Thousands of Igbos will find that in. They will say, we need you to put this guy into jail because the guy have done a lot. You see, not even much celebrities are saying anything about this guy. Okay, so even when I decide to be neutral here, you see also this is pain that you have created to people. You have created to your people. You need to wake up. And it's time for him. What other time? If you have a wise lawyer, he will ask you, my brother, you don't need all this. You don't need to put yourself in this jungle. All you need now is to humble yourself. Nothing like humble self. You don't need humble. All you need is to come out with your proudness and hold your chest and say again, and say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for all this mess I have put you guys. I'm sorry for, defamating your name. I'm sorry for being ignorant on the truth. It's time for you to just say those things. I'm sorry. That sorry may go a long way. I don't know how you go a long way to do because you have done so much damage. But that's the main thing that you guys can do that can set this guy free. So all this lawyer, maybe somebody telling you, yeah, you can do this, you can do that. No, it doesn't work. In this case, you have done so many damage, and that damage have a wrong consequence. So thank you guys, and I will be coming on now. So I think now things have been easing a bit. So I will be coming on and coming to share some program and share light into this case. Also, the next case, I will look onto it. Thank you, everyone. I hope today is a good Friday. May I say that today is a good Friday? It's a day of love. It's a day of sacrifice. It's a day that we have come to enjoy and see the salvation of the Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you, everyone, for enjoying this wonderful Easter Friday, and we hope and enjoy. Thank you, my brother Ugeze, for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful time. Stay safe. Thanks. All best. Bye.
Thank you so much, my wonderful viewers, for watching this video together with me from the beginning to the end. Like I said before, if you like what you see here, if you like what I do in this platform, as you have finished watching this video, please hit that red button that says subscribe and put on your notification bell to all notification. In that way, you'll be able to know when I upload a new video. Share my videos, leave your comments in the comment section constructively. Until I meet your way again in my next video, I still remain your Linda's TV show. Bye-bye.